Hey guys, so probably wondering why I haven't done a video in a while, seeing as I said I was going to start being more consistent. Well, as you can see here, we had a little bit of an issue about a week and a half ago, and the new Aprilia, she got a little banged up, and so did I. I don't know if Ashley can come in and get a better picture of it so you guys can see, but I'll kind of tell you exactly what happened. So anyway, my buddy Steve and I were out riding, having a great time, great day. We had a big ride planned for the next day with Ashley and everybody. Had a pretty good group going. But Steve and I were just out playing around, and we'd actually talked about heading home, and we're like, let's just make one more loop on our favorite little loop we usually ride. And we're on a road where we hardly ever see any traffic. I mean, we never see traffic on this road. And I came around a curve to the right, and we weren't even speeding. I mean, we weren't driving crazy, we were just driving. And there was like a F450 or whatever, big crew cab, flatbed truck with a gooseneck trailer, with tandem axles, with tandem wheels on the axles. That tells you how long a trailer was, like a 40-foot trailer with an international tractor on it, full-size tractor, not a little garden tractor or even a small implement tractor. It was a large tractor with a full metal cab on this trailer, so like an oversized load even maybe. But anyway, he was all the way across both lanes, still in the driveway he was pulling out of with the trailer. There was nowhere for me to go other than hit the brakes hard. I aimed for the back of his trailer, basically for the edge of the road in the driveway in the back of his trailer, hoping that he'd keep pulling out and maybe I'd be able to get around him. When I saw that was not going to happen, I honestly thought, I'm slowed down pretty good, it's not going to be too bad, there's going to be some damage on the bike, but it won't be too bad. And then after I hit, first thought in my mind as I was flying through the air was, that was a lot harder than I expected it to be. I landed on top of the bike, and we slid for a little bit, and my left arm buckled underneath me, and I knew right away that it had broke, obviously, when I hit the trailer. So I knew my arm was broke before I even stopped crashing, slid to a stop, kind of ended up on my back, and I was self-evaluating. So I'm laying there on my back with my eyes closed, and my music was playing in my helmet. My shield was shut, so you can't really hear anything when your music's playing. It's right in your ears, just like having headphones in. And all of a sudden I could faintly hear something and feel somebody touching me. I opened my eyes, and my buddy Steve was like right over my helmet, hollering at me, and I was like, oh shit, Steve! No, I'm good, I just broke my arm. Because that's all that did actually happen. Other than my knee got pretty banged up on my leg too, but to be honest guys, my gear saved my ass. I had my Alpine Stars suit on. The jacket actually has armor from the wrist to the elbow right here. And if I hadn't had that jacket on, it probably would have amputated my arm because it shattered my arm up in here. I had to have surgery where they had to put the bones all back together, and basically they wrapped it in some sort of a plastic thing with pins and stuff. My wrist is fractured. That's why I got the wrist brace on. It'll heal on its own. Like I said, my knee was banged up through the armor also. I actually have a split on my knee, and it was all black and blue and bruised and whatever else. But anyway, other than that, my helmet's all scratched up, shield's all scratched up. So I mean, there's a lot of things that if I hadn't had my gear on, I might not have even been here. So I'm not telling people that you should wear gear. I'm not going to be some sort of a gear simp where like you're an idiot for not wearing your gear, whatever. But I'm just saying, my gear saved my ass, and you will not catch me without my gear on. The bike itself, you can see it. It's mostly cosmetic from what we can see so far. The adjuster came out and looked at it the other day too, and he couldn't find anything other than cosmetic either. But Ashley and I need to tear it down and work up an estimate for him. He kind of figures the forks might be bent because I said they might be, and he's like, yeah, I wouldn't doubt that at all. Got to look at the neck really good on the frame and the triple trees and stuff and see if there's any damage around it, any cracks, splits, anything like that's going to total the bike, obviously. If there isn't anything wrong like that, the bike might not total. Bikes are a little different than cars, so it doesn't take as much to total them. My plan is if it does total, I'm probably going to buy it back anyway and fix it. I love the bike. Unbelievable bike. I just loving it. I mean, I don't even know how to explain it. So, I mean, I was more upset about my bike than I was about me. And it's a shame because I'm gonna have to wait for parts to fix it no matter what happens. But anyway, like I said, I'm gonna keep it. If she totals, I'll buy it back, fix it. Unless it does have frame damage, major frame damage, then I'll probably buy another one and keep it for parts, whatever. But anyway, that's the plan with that. That's the deal with me. You see that I'm banged up. Like I said, I had surgery and they wrapped the bone with some sort of a plastic material and put pins in it to hold it in place. It's a hard plastic. I don't know how they did it. I wasn't awake for the surgery, so I don't know. Like I said, the incision is basically from my wrist to my elbow on the inner part of my arm. It's a pretty big surgery, but it's amazing how fast it's healing. The technology from like accidents or injuries I've had prior in my life, amazing the technology has come along. Ashley, Steve, and the guy that pulled out in front of me, I think, were all shook up way more than I was. Steve was really shook up. He called 911 first, and then he called Ashley. And he just told Ashley I crashed, and I could hear Ashley's voice crackle in panic, and I had to holler from the ground, "It's just my arm, I'm okay." Because Steve was panicking, he didn't know what to say to her, she panicked right away, and I knew I needed to say something. So anyway, I'm gonna be fine. I'll be riding again here probably within the month. If I have a bike ready to go. If not, I'll probably have to ride Ashley's bike because she's nice enough to let me. She's over there laughing at me because she's filming right now. We didn't set up any cameras or anything because we just wanted to do a quick video to get out there for you guys. And I'm gonna actually, while I'm down and out, probably do some videos talking about past injuries, how I got them, how I healed from them, stuff like that. So just something to do to fill in the time. But anyway, that's about all for now, guys. Like I said, not my fault. It was the other guy's fault. Nowhere for me to go. I wasn't riding stupid. Yes, I have a bike that you can ride stupid on, obviously, very easily. But I'm old enough where I kind of try to keep that a little under control. It appears that his insurance company's basically more or less accepted responsibility for him being at fault. They're obviously investigating it and stuff because that's part of the process they have to do with this big of an ordeal, because I was life flighted. I mean, it's going to be a healthy chunk that the insurance company is going to have to pay. So I mean, they have to go through the process. But anyway, I will let you guys go for now. Any questions, ask them in the comments. I will get back to you. And if I've got too many questions where I need to make another video about it, I'll do that. But I'll be back out there probably recording videos riding here in another, like I said, within the month. And in the meantime, I'm going to do some just sit down and accident reports, we'll call it, and just talk about injuries and stuff I've had in the past, not necessarily just from motorcycle, but downhill skiing, snowmobiling, you name it. If it's an extreme sport, I've probably done it and probably been injured doing it. So anyway, adopt, don't shop, guys. And we will catch you guys on the flip side. Ride safe. If I hadn't been, it would have been a different story right now. Talk to you later.